but let's talk about the guys we could trade for. And the first one may sound a little familiar to you guys because he's a former Giant.
That's what I say, former Giant.
Former Giant. Geno Smith. Geno Smith in the hit down.
Gene Smith himself.
There he is. Now he's going to turn 35 next year, guys. So he's also getting a little up there in age there. Keep in mind, he didn't play a lot for a few years. He doesn't quite have the mileage of a usual 35-year-old starting quarterback, but still 35 is 35. 17
he hasn't got punched in a while either.
Yeah, not yet. 17 games, 17 starts, 70.4 completion percentage. That's pretty damn high. 4,320 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Had a down year for him last year. For at least what he's done the last couple of years in Seattle, I should say.
True.
And I feel like you got to ask the question, was last year and his interceptions especially a fluke? Or is he losing a little bit in his arm? Because that does happen, guys. Like you see it all the time with guys right in the late 30s, all of a sudden just snap and they can't throw like they used to. I can't snap my fingers, so I'm just making motions.
Yeah.
I'm not talented like that. I can't make fart noises with my hand, though.
Oh,
there you go. Yes, no one else can do that. That's what we're reduced to in the show. But you got to ask the question, like, is he losing a little bit of oomph, so to speak, in his throw? And is that what's making them maybe a little more lame duck and making interceptions there? Or was it just a bad year? I got to ask that question. Because it's possible. It's really possible. So you also got to ask the question. We talked about it when we talked about, Sam Darnold. He's in a great damn system for success for wide receivers. He's got Jaxon Smith-Njigba, who's just, I still think he's got more room to grow, this kid. We think the world of him. We said that when we got drafted. We were extremely jealous of the Seattle Seahawks for getting Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Devin Witherspoon, who we thought were two of the best non-QBs in that draft. And
yep,
we've been proven right in that so far. But you got him. You got DK Metcalf, who's just a freaking beast. You got Tyler Lockett, who is not quite as good as he used to be in some respect, but he's also been relegated to the third receiver, and he's still got like 800 yards or, so like I got to look at his exact stats there, but he's still a good receiver in this system.
And he's also surrounded by talent. No offense.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's number 3 now. He's not, and he's also 32 years old. 600 yards he had. But still, for a third receiver, 600 yards, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I think most teams would take that as a third receiver. Yeah. So you take that talent away. Is he still good? I don't know.
Yeah.
How much longer can he play at the level he's playing at even?
I was going to say, you take that talent away from him and then you put him on a team without talent. Can he make the magic happen? I don't think so.
Probably not. And that's why, honestly, I respect Geno. And I never thought I'd say that a couple years ago. But I really do respect Geno for what he did. He went to a scenario as a starting quarterback after the Russell Wilson trade. Everybody was mocking him like crazy and mocking the Seahawks like crazy of what they did. And it looked like freaking geniuses afterwards. And Geno Smith 100%. Revived his career and had his best years with Seattle. And here's a guy now, though, that, again, because it happened so late for him, he's now 35 years old. And do you really want a guy who's going to be 35 next year and try to rebuild around with him? You can't. He's too old to rebuild around.
Yeah.
So
by the time you're rebuilding, you'd be sending him off to a senior home.
Exactly. But if you're telling me I can get him for a year or two, maybe. And the other question is if they trade him, because then this is a trade candidate kind of question. He's got one more year in his contract next year. And there's been rumors they might trade him. How much is it going to cost the Giants? How much would you be willing to give up for Geno Smith? Because I wouldn't give up much.
It's a tricky question because, he's going to get paid.
Well, he's already getting paid. That's the thing. You got one more year. Let's say there's no extension. You're just getting him. You figure it out at the end of the year.
I was just talking about a couple draft picks. That have to be later round.
And that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, would you give up? I wouldn't give up anything over a fourth pick or maybe fourth round pick.
Yeah.
Probably as high as I would go. And even then, I'd be like,
maybe a third.
I wouldn't go anywhere near a third pick for him. I don't think he's going to be good. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think you take him out of that situation with those receivers, and I just don't think he looks nearly as good personally. And cap number wise, his cap number for the Giants would be $31 million. With the Seattle Seahawks, they're saving $13.5 million by trading or cutting him. They can cut him as well, technically. So he could be potentially a free agent if they go that route. But I don't see why somebody wouldn't give something for him.
Yeah. I don't see them cutting him.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I think somebody would give something for him. But like I said, I wouldn't give up much. I'm still not a fan of him on the Giants. I'm a fan of what he did for his career. I respect it. But I want nothing to do with him.
Nope.
So,
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.